senators are popping off, sending out the black signal to the entire list. Y'all know it's that Toast and Talk Imani. We got a little bit of time. Yep. Everything going out. They say we live on Facebook. We about to see. All right, the chat is up. Give your time. Show we live. And then I'm gonna refresh the screen. Go here. Go there. Yep, yesterday was a long day. Learned a lot in the way. Got to see a movie. And it was good. Well, I got to see some of it. I didn't get to see all of it. Didn't get to see all of it. But I'm opening up the line so we can have a conversation about it. Those that were able to come out. Those who have seen the movie, Hidden Colors 5. Come on out and join us. Let's have this conversation. Check us out on Gye-Nyame Media.live. You know what I'm saying? Come over and hit that tip jar up. You know what I'm saying? As we try to build our own media platform. Our newsletter will be coming out real soon. And we got a while before the next mall. But before the next mall, we will be having our camping trip. And the camping trip will be, I think, the weekend of September 20th. I don't have the flyer right in front of me. And I'm shooting from the hip. But I will be posting it and sharing it on our site. I might even boost it. It depends, you know what I'm saying? But the goal is I would love to get 100 people out. I would love to get 100 people out. I would love to get 25 families of 4 out. You know what I'm saying? 100 people so that we can actually experience what it feels like building a village. But we'll talk about that a little bit in this podcast and this live stream, if you feel like joining us for the conversation. Because as of late, people being quiet. We gave away the $50. We did everything we said we was going to do. The fundraiser, as far as the Fish Fry, they sold out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully all the vendors made money. We had a okay turnout for the movie. We had a long discussion afterwards. And that's going to be one of the things I talk about today. Also, while we was doing our thing here in Columbus, I understand another white man with a gun went the fuck off in Texas. White men and guns, all right? Shit never changes. So I'm going to give y'all time to gather in. So while we're doing that, so we're live on Periscope, we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Mixer. So you can join us on, if you're checking us out on Facebook, go to Gye-Nyame Media.live. Get in on the contest. I'm trying to give away this merch. I understand if y'all don't want it, but damn. Come on, it's free. Free merchandise. Free Daily Toaster shirt. Be the first with the new Daily Toaster shirt. I don't understand. Help a brother out. So we got that popping off. I'm thinking tonight, if I get in tonight, because I still need to work on my articles for the newsletter and start getting the newsletter together as far as organized. But Kwame done his. I'm waiting for the rest of the family to do their articles. But I'm thinking about doing a movie night, a G&J movie night. And I'm thinking of because since we did have the Marcus Garvey piece yesterday, I want to watch the movie Black Kings with y'all. Right? I think it's Black King. I got to look it up. It's a parody on the Marcus Garvey movement. Old black and white film. Right? Because I want y'all to really see how long we have been under the media. Actually, that ain't even, because the media attack started long before that. But this is one of the media attacks that they used against the whole Marcus Garvey movement. Because I want to break down for you. I want us to look at it and break down for ourselves the hero in the story, the villain of the story, and what the story is saying overall to us as a people. The movie is about an hour long, You know what I'm saying? And I will stream it directly on all platforms so that we can see it. I will stop it, come back. We'll clown the goddamn movie. You know what I'm saying? We'll look at the history of the movie. We'll look at the actors in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at this shit and I was thinking, I was wondering, some of the people in blackface. I mean, I'm serious. So you got the and then some of the lines in the movie. Y'all really got to check. We really have to look at this because the strategy is the same. The technology is different. They're able to do shit in HD now. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to understand the strategies that come at us with. Also, I want to discuss a little bit of the conversation about the movie HC5 and share with you some of the backlash. I mean, it's just, you know, we ain't that big right now. But just a little bit of the backlash that Brother Hot Tim and Gye-Nyame Journey is getting behind us showing this movie. I've been accused of bootlegging. Damn. I mean, my life is just like, I've been called, I mean, in the last 5 years, I have turned into a scoundrel according to all the motherfuckers that's around me. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? I've been called a cheater, a robber, I take advantage. I've been called I mean, all types of shit. And now, out of all of that, I've been accused of bootlegging. Heart be still. Stay still, heart. Stay still. We can make it through this. If there was Elizabeth to call, I'd say I'm coming to join you, Mima. Because these niggas is killing me. Some of you niggas know so much but don't know shit. Y'all killing me. God damn. So now I can add to the list of all the other shit that I've been called a bootlegger. God damn. I bought the movie straight from the man. I put it in advance order. I got the movie and I just shared it. Didn't share it on social media. I shared it with a group of people so that we could have a discussion and I get accused of being a bootlegger. What am I to do? What can I do? You know what I'm saying? So let me go on and make sure that all the engines are running properly on the Starship Gye-Nyame. All right, I just got a text. I got to respond to it. I will respond to it after the show. Hopefully you watching the show. I will. Yeah, we can sign that contract. I'm telling y'all, listen, some big shit is about to jump off for Gye-Nyame Journey. I hope that you have your seatbelts on because it's about to go down. And a lot of this, listen, because I try to work with everybody. I really, really do. But I just like I try to respect other people's borders, I want you to respect Gye-Nyame's borders. Gye-Nyame has a border, right? Now, don't be mad at me because your organization don't got no goddamn borders. Gye-Nyame has borders, right? We are a tribe, and in order to stay a tribe, you have to establish borders. That is the bottom line. And a lot of people don't understand that shit. A lot of people get offended by that because we erect borders, right? And it's like, even with the border erecting, I got people trying to take advantage. I got people coming off saying all types of foul shit. And I'm just sitting up here like, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? All right, so what I'm going to do is, before we start, is one thing I forgot to get. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go to one of Columbus's own artists. I'm going to let them play, and I'm going to go and get the equipment that I need to do what we need to do for this toast this morning. Let's see who we going to do. Right here. This is Brother Malik with Hey Y'all. I'll be right back.
Beware the six-pack coming down your track like that. Check the mic. 1, 2. The 6-yard train comes through. Quicker than a Pentium data for the next millennium. Spirit informs, no conforms to the norms. Dropping bombs, I let it, said it, meant it. Here to represent it. Some live off the labels of the old school, mold you, and that's the trend. What I tend to see, the new tack ain't new. In fact, it's bitten pieces of debris, recycling fragments of rubble from a somewhat familiar voice. And so many MC and so little choice. This won't make me popular. Dropping the lyrics that appeal and flock to you. Higher self, I'm just as accurate as Doppler. I'm rocking ya, spiritual slipping, stopping my fly it up, and it goes, hey y'all, hey. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. I said I go, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Dearly beloved, we were gathered here to bring up the rear piece of Popa. We yell, we shed no more tears for fears when I'm chucking my spear. I'm that spook who sat by the door waiting for the big score while you're trying to get yours from the capitalist whore. And the red, white, and blue halter stacks and minis. She shimmy, you follow, you swallow. Losers, non-producers, consumers, consume propaganda's got me fuming. My people are doomed. Power to the people, power to the seekers. Instead, we're reduced to amps and speakers. $200 sneakers, acquisitions of blue designer suits, Benz and Lexus, battle of sexes, sport utility trucks and such with slaves to a quick buck. We run amok. How far can we run when we're stuck? The race is won by wisdom, not muscle. Still, we all struggle. Should be excused the hustle for instant gratification, perpetuation of cultural mutilation. Y'all, hey. Hey, y'all, hey, y'all, hey, y'all, hey. I go. I say, hey, y'all, hey. Hey, y'all, hey. We should be reaching for Orion. Instead, we have a love affair with dying. Getting drunk till we fold, and dole till we float. Does the superficial high suffice for the lows? No time for idle. Introspection and life lessons are everyone's Quran, Torah, Bible. Gluttonous eats, defeats the true purpose of eats. The temple falls off from foreign chemicals, toxins, and meats. You call food enriched when it's stripped of nutrients and bleach. I'm not meant to be rich when flesh tone band-aids are peach. Every native/European contract was breached. What will Ebonics do for the disenfranchised? Mumia gets no justice because Mumia is despised. Reverse discrimination versus racism will never be tied. English, the bastard language of the not so civilized. A gift of spliced tongues is what the Western language gives. So isn't broken English like a double negative? Yo, hey. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey. I go. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey. 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 Hey, yo, Lord, yo, hey. Hey, yo, Lord, hey.
What's up, Shorty? I see you on the line. I see you on the screen, brother. Thank you for tuning in. We got a caller from 301. Uh-oh, that's the Washington zone. Is this Sister Jackie? Who this? Oh, you just listening in, so I won't bother you. Okay, cool. So we're going to continue on. Let me move the speaker off to the side. Get you nice and comfortable so you can still hear everything that's popping off. First off, family, we got to get this popping off right. Now, first off, I need to welcome you to the Congregation of the Mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Oh my God, anime is on time. Listen, this is a Heart of a Simba production. And of course, this is the Daily Toast, and this is Imani Toast and Talk. Oh, Simba on point too. And you know we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Here we go. I don't know why the music's so low, but we're gonna kick it anyway. Drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Woo! Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Man, that feels good. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Lift your glass for some water. Get your container of that water. Lift that container of that water. Simply pour your water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Stretch it. Move your body and drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Remember those 4 pillars? If you're in Gye-Nyame, breathe, drink, eat, move. Eat culturally appropriately, of course. At least every now and then. But hey, take your breath. Man, lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Man, drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink your water. Hey, I don't know what's going on my line, but I had somebody on my line. I'm going to open up the line for them because it sounded like they was making sounds. I don't know whether it was on purpose or was on accident, so I had to kind of, break my concentration because y'all know I got to focus on my song. My Drink Your Water song, that song is for to remind us that there's certain things that we got to do in order to be able to take care of our ancestors. So maybe the person didn't know. So I'm going to unmute their line. I'm going to unmute their line. Allow them to go on and do what they was going to do. So 301, you on? What's going on? Hello? Why would you call in with your... I hope. 301. You do know I got your number. Alright, I'm gonna mute this. Let's mute this line. Let's mute this. Alright. And actually, let's do this. Because maybe their phone is acting up. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll just hang up. They can call back in. Right? Now, family, call in and fuck with me what you want. When you call in most cases, I got your number. Right? I don't understand. I mean, that's so stupid. And, all right. Well, anyway. So we're about to go and do the toast. Then after the toast, we get into a conversation. But I want to thank that caller for calling in because you let us know that, hey, at least somewhere, somebody perceives what we're doing as a threat. Let's see. Real Fake Media is up. Live on Illy Ave is where we do good business. That right way, correctly. Let's grow light. We got Josh Paulson from Dayton, Ohio. What's up? What's going on? What's going on? Hello? Oh my God. Is the line messed up? All right. Lord have mercy. All right. So we're going to put that down there. We're going to just leave them there till they get it together. All right, so family, now we're about to do this toast. We're going to do our toast. And we're going to do our toast. And let's see what we're going to toast with. All right, this is some good old ambrosia here. Let's see what happens when we open this. Let's see. It's settled down. Let's see, I got another gallon over here. I got all these gallons together because I'm like, man, this is going to be the weekend. Let's see what happens. I want y'all to see. Because this one been sitting. Let's see if it's... Ooh. Y'all see the change in that? Ooh. I don't want it. I want you to get excited, but goddamn. You see that? It's about to come out. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. All right, we won't use you right now because you got a lot to say. So what I'm going to do, I found an old one. We're going to pop it. It done blew out half of the stuff, so I'm going to pop it right now. And we're going to use this one. Let's see. Hold on. Y'all ready? Woo! Listen. Woo! God damn! I love it. Blew off the top.
What happened? Oh!
Man!
I thought it went to the ceiling.
Something went to the ceiling. God damn. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I don't even know if it... Look at the top. Family, when I tell you that this shit is alive, I am not playing with y'all. Oh my God. Where is the glass go? Where'd the glass go? It literally blew the top off. Man, I love my shit. I love my shit. I'm just making sure I ain't drinking no glass. I want y'all to see that. Lord, have mercy. That's all I can say. Lord, have mercy. I had that one sitting around for a while. And, ooh, I'm still waiting for some shit to come down. Oh my God. Alright, first giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call the creator. We call on that creator. Once again, by the name that you choose. And we lift up a glass and we salute that creator and we say, Ashe. God damn. Family, those of you that drink ambrosia, please take care. Make sure that you are either cooling it in a nice, cool place, or that you are capping it every now and then and letting some of that pressure off. Because I am telling you, the little bit of stuff that I do, it don't play. It don't play. It ain't got time to be playing with you. You know what I'm saying? If you buy it, use it. So next, we're going to move to, oh, by the way, Kwame, I am feeling grit and glass everywhere. No, that's not glass. Kwame, I'm bringing a gallon or two of that ambrosia that you know, for my meal, for us. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be able to drink it up like kings and shit. So that's one, but I got to bring, because I ain't got nobody to watch my daughter, so my daughter's coming with me. So next we raise our glass. Y'all ready? Raise the glass to our ancestors. To our ancestors that we work for, we build for, and they protect us as well. We work together. So, I want to call on Miles Brown, Mazan, Robert the Texas, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Chris Pendergast, and Eileen, Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland, Jenny Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvar Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown, II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, No More X, Sapet Ma, Rob Malik Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carla Ayers, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris. Woo! William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, there, girl, Pulling, the Luster Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek, Randleman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend Jane Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hines Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Libby the Farmer, Agosto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury. Let me stop there. Harvey Hasbury Sr. You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about getting some holiday bottles together so that on New Year's we could pop some bottles. Because I know how to do it now. On the holidays, we could pop some bottles. You know what I'm saying? Have that loud poop sound and get some actual champagne bottles that I'm designed for pressure. And put the ambrosia in there right at the right time and give it that amount of like maybe 3 months to build up. So when we pop, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that got one, boop! Because y'all heard it on here. I'm going to go back in, download that, and cut that shit. Because that's a meme. Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas said Barry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Allen Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thorne, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Banks, Mae Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Haley Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Ted Wellman, Fred Douglas Trigg Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Allen Ohio, Franklin Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Will Joe Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dilly Mon Aries, Gina Root Jones, Jana Callahan. Brother Kwame say, Mom and my kombucha is the bomb, but they didn't explode in our face or anything like that. Well, nah, I mellowed those out. These ones was sitting for that was not this batch. That was maybe a batch or possibly 2 batches ago, right? It's just sitting. And I had it in different places. I had it moving around, right? And the pressure just built up. But the pressure was perfect because it wasn't able to really blow up the bottle or push the cap off. And it just been sitting there, just sitting there, just sitting there. And then we get this beautiful elixir. So pressure is a major part of it because I know the camera is not, I gotta find the camera. The camera is not good enough so that y'all can actually see the constant flow of bubbles like champagne. So I am going to produce a brand of ambrosia that is specifically based on the pressure. So that when you open it, you know what you're getting. Pop! You know what I'm saying? A celebratory drink. That pop starts the celebration, and those that are able to get the ambrosia is going to get the fullness. Because part of that pressure helps release, makes other stuff bioavailable. I'm still seeing bubbles come up. Like when you pop open champagne and you can see the bubbles constantly moving up. William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson. Dirk Johnson. Hold on, I'm trying to get everything back up. Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DePretis Hines, Ines Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scatterberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Leroy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Either Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Suzanne Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Jean Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Tribe, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, Jane Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Jennifer Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Senior Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lily Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Ira Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, and West Staten, Joel, Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Chuckamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Benjamin Coker, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundall, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Desandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al Lati, Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bolden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Jesse Woods, Jilar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, and Juanita Alexander Brown. We raise up our glass and we say Ashe. Man. Let me see. Get at me, famo. Live on Illy Ave is where we do good business the right way, correctly. Let's grow light. All right. Live on Illy Ave. Y'all can check them out. Real Fake Media. Go and check them out. Got a YouTube video posted up there. Click the link. Check it out. All right, here we go. So, we move from our ancestors to the present moment, giving up a round of applause for all of the Imani babies. Where my crowd at? It's kind of hard to see a spiritual crowd. Give it up for the Imani born. We're going to have us another e-course popping off. Speaking of e-course, make sure you check out our e-course at freegnjecourse.com. freegnjecourse.com. Can't make it no more simpler than that. Check us out. Find out what Gye-Nyame is about. Find out some of the underlying philosophies, right? You know, so today we are on Imani. I want everybody to activate those reticular formations. Get out here and seek out Imani. We hunting it down. We're trying to do something big, so we need to go on the track down Imani, right? We got to have all the principles, right? So all week we've been looking for the principles. Now we're gonna find Imani. Once we complete the puzzle, we can move forward in power, right? So now, we're hunting down Imani. I want you to take a picture of it. I want you to write about it. I want you to if you do just audio about it, do an MP3. We can post it up on the site. all you got to do is put hashtag Imani. Hashtag Imani Day. Hashtag Imani Found. Any of that, right? We'll find it right now. So, for those that don't speak the language, Imani means faith. The Imani principle is harmony. The M7, what we teach the kids, is trust. The color is red, as you see. Gender is the Hermetic law. Male name is Kwesi. Female name is Akusua. Brother Kwame said, I was just checking out Eliab this morning. All right, shouts out to Brother Dane. All right, so we raise up our glass for this moment, because in this moment is our power. In this moment, we are able to keep our pact with our past, and we are able to move forward in strength into the future because we're laying down the foundation. Brother Kwame says, I got so caught up yesterday, I forgot to check with Bro Kingston Cleve regarding our e-course. Also wanted to get Bro Ty in on the action. I got you. All right. We'll make arrangements. You know, that's what we do. We negotiate in this, in this thing of ours. Kwame, we gonna handle the business, man. Don't worry about that. Right? I create time and space. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. All right. So we raise our glass for this moment. We say Ashe. From there, we move to our future generations, our children, our children's children, on to infinity. How powerful it is. We raise our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Where else can we go? We move to all of our relations and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, we move to that selfish toast, family. What is it that you need in this moment to move towards your greater you? Yep, it's still active. I can't wait to drink it. What is it? Ashe. Last but not least, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most glorious, the most beautiful, the most outstanding individual in the room. And hopefully you know who it is right now. After 3 years of me toasting and doing it like this. Well, I probably added this maybe a year in, maybe 2 years, I don't know. But after at least 365 days of doing a toast like this, I toast you. And we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, and joy in 100 years. Let me take a sip. Hot damn. It's alive in my mouth. It's bubbling. Hey, Sasha and Gina. Y'all got your clothes together. I told y'all keep playing with me. These goddamn computers. Right? So the lines are open, family. Lines are open. We can talk a little, of course, I'll talk a little bit about yesterday, and then, of course, we go into the news. Also, I didn't get to cover with y'all the whole thing that I came up with after watching the documentary about our great brother by the name of Hannibal. Brother Fred Cox is on. Great toast, brother. Hey, it's not over yet. Lines are open, 614-556-4535. Brother Fred laid it out yesterday. And let's talk about Marcus Garvey. If you want to call in and share some stuff with the fam about that, you can. Brother Kwame, the lines are open. Got to get things together for this. You're right, because I'm coming over. It better be some food, man. I'm bringing that ambrosia. So, hey. Uh-oh, Miss Navita Nelson is on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can barely hear you, but...
Can you hear me now?
You on my phone. Yeah, excuse me, I hear you.
All right. So, yesterday was marvelous, but you calling in. What you got to talk about? She done hung up. It's cool, but the lines are still open, and we can go and have a conversation. But yesterday, you want some ambrosia? Hey, I got a gallon.
You hanging up on the sister?
No, you hung up on me. You hung up on me.
It might have been my face. I don't know. Maybe my face hung up on you. I don't have my headphones in, so. Excuse me. Excuse the cough. Family, excuse the cough. But I was just calling because I wanted to see if I could get some update or the mall yesterday. And how'd it go? And all that.
All right, so she won't hear about the mall. First off, it started off with a drum call. I mean, indirectly, because I didn't even know Elder Tony was doing it, but Allende had set up for Elder Tony. They did a drum circle outside yesterday. Y'all can see the whole beginning. It's on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. We went live, right? So then, the mall popped off. People start coming in. Brother Fred Cox came in. We had to figure out how we was going to do his because he wanted to do, he had videos and stuff, or he had a, what they call it, the slideshow. He had the slideshow. So I had to go on and make arrangements for that. So we had to move him out of the main room and move him into the gym.
Oh, okay.
He did that. He did his damn thing in there. We taped it. Well, not taped it, but we streamed it. So people was able to participate, hopefully all over the country. And, like I said, it's documented now. Because that's part of one of the things we do as a media tribe, right? You know what I'm saying? Some people's weapons are clubs and spears and guns. Our weapons is the media. Because that's what controls the mind, right? Whether people know it or not. Media is short for medium, right? What's controlling your mind, right? So that went beautifully. Actually, I think Brother Fred had more people than we had for the movie. I'm just saying. So good job. See, because the key piece about what we do is people have to understand that when you coming, please understand this, when you come to the mall, right? When you come to the market, you have to help us advertise. So he advertised and he had his crew there. They was ready. I mean, he had his crew sitting out. They was out there at about 11 o'clock, waving the red, black, and green, ready. And then when it was his time, he went into the room and he made the room his. So he had the flag up. He had the pictures up when you entered and all that. He made it his, and he had his crew, and the crowd came, and he did his thing, right? Then after that, we went to, if you go into the mall, I went into interviewing all of the vendors. We had maybe about 7, 8 vendors. You know what I'm saying? I know it's more than that out there in Columbus, but family, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Because like I said, I'm getting a bead on all of my regular vendors, right? All those that supporting us early. Please understand that. I'm getting a bead on them. I know who it is, right? Those Johnny Come Latelys. Those that be on at those other festivals, right? By the time you catch on to what we doing, I'm going to knock you in your goddamn head with that cost. I'm just letting. And I know Sister B don't like me saying shit like that. But I'm just being all the way honest. Because it's like we are providing a space that is affordable for everybody. Affordable for everybody. Right? And like I said, during that big season where you got the choice to be in 2 places at once and you choose the others, all right, I'm not mad at you, but please understand. There's a tax to be paid. See, because now, one thing, so then the vendors was there. I got my wrap. I got me, where is my bread at? Damn, I just thought about that. I think my family done ate all my bread. So, Sister in the Fire had plantain bread. Now, and they had 1 loaf. Guess who got that?
She had what?
Plantain bread.
Oh, you kidding me?
Yeah, she made that shit. Hold on. Came with 1 loaf. Guess who got it? God damn it.
How many loaves?
Huh? She had 1. She bought 1.
Got it.
And she goddamn right. Because I was there early. They set up. She announced it on the live. When she got there, she had 1 loaf because I think she experimenting with it. And I snatched that shit up. I took the sample. I'm like, no, yeah, but shit ain't, you might as well take them samples off the table. Because I don't want nobody trying to rob me for no goddamn plantain bread. Because that shit was good. And I'm about to go. So, matter of fact, I think I'm gonna take some over Kwame's if my family ain't eat it. But so then they also had some red. They had some red or beans and rice, nice and spicy. Sister Jerica had her piece, and I went and got my wrap. Right. Then I went and got my soap. You know, some of my kids went over and got their keychains. The lady was there. She had keychains. She had the Heru, and brothers was going over there buying their shit. And then we got the sister working on our beads. So Sister Mayat. So we still waiting for the beads to get done. And you know, so beads and Gye-Nyame, you know, that's the ranking system. That's how we do it. We do it like belts in a martial art. You know what I'm saying? You got to work your way through this shit. And then we had the movie, which we did for free. I want to stress that. You know what I'm saying? Because last night I got home.
The movie was free?
The movie was free. The movie was free. Hold on.
Yeah.
Then last night I get home and I'm being confronted by somebody talking about I was bootlegging. Wait, somebody got over here and said, wait.
So, nothing off of that.
Huh? I ain't.
You didn't make no illegal copy. It was your own personal copy that you purchased from the manufacturer.
Exactly. We did everything legal. Hold on. Somebody put on here, who cares about that drink, that whiskey? Who is that? Who out there talking shit? Trying Troop. He say that's whiskey. Listen, I wish I could make some whiskey. I mean, I wish I had the patience to make whiskey. But this ain't quite whiskey. But thank you for the compliments, Tron Troop. I take that as a compliment. And my daughter's in here. What's up, Miss Yolanda? How you doing with your beautiful self? But anyway, yeah. And we did the movie for free. And we had a discussion about the movie. And we inspired people to go out and buy the movie. So I think it was a win-win on all parts. But of course, I got a nigga in my inbox beat me up, challenging whether I'm really a nation builder or not. This year has been a rough ass year for me.
Is he a nation builder?
I don't know what the nigga is. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's been a rough year for me as far as motherfuckers just challenging who the fuck or what I'm doing. I didn't do nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was saving lives. Now I'm a bootlegger. I've been called everything probably in the last 5 to 6 years, and I'm just like, you know, I don't know. So then we had a nice discussion after the movie. And one of the things that is apparent to me is that some of us know too goddamn much. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I kind of was listening a bit to the discussion that took place after the movie. I couldn't quite make out exactly what the person was saying.
Oh, it wasn't loud enough?
To the effect about more or something about using that he was able to use that against, I don't know, the police or something.
Right. So,
am I understanding that correctly?
Right. What brother was saying, and a lot of other brothers said as well, is that you don't have to have a driver's license, and you don't have to pay taxes. And like I said, if it's working for you, by all means, do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
So,
wait, hold on. That's that Tanqueray and even the Wild Irish Rose. Where is this motherfucker at?
Well, let me ask you, so these particular people that were saying this, they don't obtain driver's license and they don't pay taxes?
Right. That's what he's saying. You know, so, but like I said, my whole piece was because one of the questions I asked was, you know, to make it simple, since people got, we in the situation we're in and we got so much money flowing in our community, I said, you know, it was maybe about 12 of us in the room. I said, can we raise $10,000 in this room right now in the next 2 hours? He said, yeah. But everybody else was silent. He said, I could, you know, because of how he moves, he's able to get it. He said, when you take him 2 hours. But, you know, me, being me, no, shit. You know, if all 12 of us, I said I might be able to get an extra $100 after I pay everything. Or if I just said, fuck it, we gonna be homeless. Sergeant Gina, pack your shit up. Cleve, pack your shit up. We gonna find a way. If we gonna be homeless, yeah, I might be able to come up with my portion of that, two maybe close to $2,000. But I would have to extract from other aspects of my life. But when it comes to wealth, we don't have it. And this is what a lot of people don't want to deal with. And we constantly deal with what we haven't done. But like what I was trying to point out, because I try to get, when that's an open forum, I want everybody to get their shit out. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is that when we get past the fantasy shit, we don't have shit. And that's not being...
One thing I don't understand is that if in my opinion, this is where I get confused. If it's so easy to change the game by merely becoming, I guess, sovereign is the ticket that they're trying to say you can become sovereign.
Right.
If that was as simple as that, how did we ever get to this place we are now?
And that's the point. That's the point.
Because people here were initially sovereign here.
Exactly.
But the people who came here
didn't give a fuck about that.
They didn't give a damn about no sovereignty.
They don't give a damn about that. And that's what we got down to in our discussion, because it's about power. See, because now, of course, if you look, you know, I'm a gangster dude. I'm doing a whole article on this whole gangster shit in the next in our next newsletter. But the piece that one of the things that you have to understand is that gangsters are basically politicians. Gangsters are government. They're government for their area. And we got to understand that the United States, when it comes down to it, is a gangster organization. Taxation is nothing but extortion legalized. That's all that shit is.
That's all it is.
You want protection? It's protection money. And we all pay into the racket. We have to understand that. And if you don't pay into the racket, every now and then some of y'all are going to get by. But, you know, every now and then I'm going to have to put the slap down on a couple of you motherfuckers so that I can make sure I keep everybody in order. And this ain't just black folks. This everybody is paying into this racket. And rackets are run by force. Period. Nigga, if I can't reason with you to get you to understand that all the shit you talking is run.
For us to be able to ride on paved roads and things of that nature.
Exactly. That's part of, you know, that's protection. The paved roads make sure that you can move fast enough so that you don't have to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And the police help maintain that shit. This whole shit is a protection racket. And when we understand that all rackets are controlled by those that control the force. Period. You know what I'm saying? And people be like, well, yo, I'm going to use this law. But cool. We just saw with Rich Paul what they do with that shit. We see what's going on with Byron Allen, who got a fucking $1 billion. You understand what I'm saying? When it really counts, nigga, that shit don't work. Because if you're going to take money out the mouth of my children, nigga, I don't give a fuck what you're claiming, right? This is the enemy. This is how they look at it. But a lot of us, we like, you know, I just say this and I say that, cool. Nigga, I let you go on a little bitch ass park ticket. Nigga, I let you go on that little, I let some of y'all go on that child support shit because I didn't get a clear answer on the child support shit. You understand what I'm saying? But I was like, yo, you know, it's about force and being able to change the laws when it benefits you. That's what a lot of us don't understand. You understand what I'm saying? We have fallen short on our politics. Period. We don't patrol and control our neighborhoods. We don't control shit because we don't have it. So if I ask a question about raising money, motherfuckers want to go into fantasies with me about how much money we wasting. But I don't give a fuck. Like, for example, in the latest news article that I looked up, because I wanted to know, because some people don't know that these tariffs that the Great Pumpkin is talking about is going into effect today. Now, how much will these tariffs cost the average American family? U.S. tariffs on China could cost American households $1,000 extra per year. And in some cases, in some estimates, could be as much as $2,500. Now, in our discussions, and what I'm telling people, from what I'm getting from listening to Toast&Talks, who be going through this data, and Sandy Darity, who's going through the data with him, who is an economist, the average black family is worth $1,700. Now we're going to add an extra $1,000 on that for a lot of shit that we buy from China, like T-shirts.
1,700? You said or 17,000?
No, it's 1,700. When you see, because when you look at the numbers, far as the wealth, and I ain't talking about salaries, because people come see, because I with my young children, when I'm talking to them, I want them to understand the difference between wealth, salary, and credit. Because a lot of black folks think because I got a high salary, then I'm wealthy. No, nigga, you got a job. Big difference. There's no, that's a job. That's a monthly income that you're receiving for working for somebody else. So you work for your money. Wealth is when your money.
A monthly income of a higher number and be broke.
And be broke. Because like just
I've been there, done that.
Exactly. That's what I was talking about. Far as if I needed to raise any money, my life would suffer because of it. Wealth would mean that I would have extra money that I could pull that would not be coming from the money that I survive off. Wealth is that extra part of your life, that money that you don't have to touch, that money that works for you. Rather than you working for money, you got money working for you. And in the community right now, the average black family, the median is $1,700. And I got everybody.
Median is $1,700
minus the car. Wealth. Minus the car.
For the black family. Okay.
So that means that 50% of us are below that, and 50% of us are above that.
Right.
So now I got, because it's like Kwame, the median wealth of the black family is 17, which is different from the mean wealth of the black family. Median and mean are two different things.
Right.
And a lot of us don't understand that. Right? And it's like, and even without the understanding, we talk from an emotional stance. Well, all we got to do, nigga, hold on. I keep trying to tell you everything that you talking about, we done did. We done did it.
Right.
Stop dogging because we don't understand that we're dogging our own ancestors because we're feeding into the bullshit that, hey, these niggas was around here cooning and playing games. No, we had ancestors that was quicker to draw their motherfucking gun on the white man than they was on the community. We have always had that shit. And for niggas to be sitting around right now talking about what we didn't do without studying the history, it gets on my nerves.
And that's what I tell people a lot of times when we're having these conversations. Like, you must not know the history because I keep and I continue to learn history about these types of subjects. So you can't just say that we've always done this or even when we talk about current history that we are doing A when we're actually doing B, but I don't I don't understand where they're getting A from. You know what I mean? Because it's just maybe from their particular.
It circle. It's from their personal experience and what they have been experienced just in their life. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of us, we think we're coming logical, but we're coming from our personal perspective rather than looking at the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How many of us, I want you to think about this, Navita. How many of us have had, let's just do black men. We could talk about black women too, but let's just do black men right now. How many of us have had frustrated black genius in our life and we couldn't recognize it as black genius? All we could recognize it as is a lazy motherfucker.
Yeah, shoot, I see it all the time.
Now,
See it all the time.
and I ain't talking about today. I'm talking about in the past. Because look, today, the opportunities supposedly are different. But I want you to think about a motherfucker in the 50s and the 40s. Let's go to the 30s and the 20s. Who looked at some shit and probably put some shit together before this motherfucking Rockefeller did. This is what people don't understand about my frustration. At the time when wealth was being built in America, we was totally locked out. I don't give a fuck whether you was a Moor or whether you would call yourself a Native American. You was locked out. So how the fuck you gonna sit in a room right now amongst a bunch of broke motherfuckers where it's insane to me.
Well, I don't even think we had a time to be debating about what the hell we want to call ourselves, because at the end of the day,
they shooting us.
From my experience, that it, like you said, if you check the history, that doesn't make a difference.
It don't make a difference.
A few of y'all that got that off, but only because they let y'all get that off, but they still want to keep us down. White supremacy still exists, even if you call yourself a Moor or African
or whatever
or Hebrew.
They dominate, and they dominate by force, and because we don't understand this, it's like, boom, nigga, if I don't agree, this the point. Like with Gye-Nyame, where I'm trying to get people to understand what we're trying to get, because a lot of times all of our discussions get sidetracked because I'm trying to keep the tradition of our people, but I'm starting to see that shit might not work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I open up the discussion, and then opening up the discussion, I got all these motherfuckers that come in and they got expertise. They've been studying this shit, no doubt. And I don't doubt your scholarship, and I don't doubt that shit. But can that shit work for a whole group? Can it work for a whole group? And then I got fence sitters. Because in whether we talk, the conscious community, you're allowed to believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. Now, this is why a lot of the conscious community is not involved with the Nation of Islam. Because they will shut that shit down immediately. Hold on, homo. No. Take that shit to the Moors. Don't bring that shit here. Now, we open. You know what I'm saying? I want you to get your shit off. I'm going to give you your whole 15 minutes to go on and do your talk. And I get to see who within this is with that and who's on the fence. See, because we don't need fence sitters right now. I need motherfuckers understanding, because, like, for example, when a black man stands up and tells you that I'm American, but I'm not a United States citizen, dude, then you don't need to be in my conversation. Because I'm talking about suing the United States as a citizen of the United States. You don't need to be in none of my discussions. Because the United States government own me. And I already know from what my dad and what those individuals around me on the street taught me, that when a motherfucker owe you, he can't come to your motherfucking neighborhood. He's not supposed to be in your neighborhood because you look like a bitch. If this motherfucker is in front of you flossing with his motherfucking money and he owe you money, you have to take action. You have to take that. I got to take these motherfuckers. I got to take that. I got to take your shit. Or die trying.
That's why it's important that we have the numbers, the unity. I was watching something on the news today. I want to say it's in China, where they over there turning the fuck up,
turning up some shit, turning the fuck up.
And I just, in large numbers, they said they ain't even allowed to be in the airport in China unless you're taking a flight. They done took over all that shit.
And
now they're affecting the economy,
right,
and different things. And this is the type of, for lack of a better word, I guess, anarchy, if you want to say, that we have to have here to make some change, because we live in a society, I feel like they only understand two things, and that is money and economic depravity and violence are the only two things that they seem to get their attention.
But that's everywhere.
Violence against them, that is. Violence against them.
It's not, how can I put it? It's not just them. This is human. See, so, I'm talking to people, and it's almost like we have a fairy tale on how we existed as people prior to the incursions of Europeans. It was all peace. It was all Maya. Then the white man came in and just tore up everything.
Tore up everything, so they don't care about that.
No, but what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying, Navita. This is the issue. You mean to tell me there was no strife between different groups?
He said, I'm sorry, road rage.
You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me that there was no opposition? There was no motherfuckers that had different views?
Of course there
was no beef?
Of course there was.
So these motherfuckers ain't bringing nothing new to us. Now, they have conglomerated as a group to make sure that their group was on top, and they put you as a bottom caste because you're easy to recognize, period. So whether you call yourself a Moor or a Kimite, a Hotepper, a alien, because now we got motherfuckers out of space, or a motherfucker with one of the so-called 70 gender groups that's out there. If you black, you identifiable, and you the underclass, and everybody cool with that shit.
I know.
Everybody cool with that shit.
And that's why, like I said, we got to get the numbers. The numbers, because in those numbers we need to get on the same page and the same accord. Because even if you look at the ADOS piece, and even what Tariq talks about it as well, the voting aspect and the holding back of your vote, it deprives them of something, a portion of them. And if you don't make those demands on, for example, reparations and taking it seriously, then they don't have to do anything for you.
Now,
so if we start to withhold, even though a lot of people don't, in large numbers, they have. Look at the. I was just watching something yesterday, and I forget what group of classified people they were, but that was what they did. Go ahead and let's unlock the door, LeBron. That's what they did, and they not only did they put their money together, they put their vote together in large numbers, and they went down there and they had fought lobbyists. They got in people's pockets, and they made demands for what they wanted, and they got them.
And they got it. Now, now let me say this. Hold on, before we go any farther, Brother Kwame 6 minutes ago say anecdotal evidence proves nothing but what you are trying to prove to begin with. Conclusion is only as good as the evidence gathering. Brother Fred Cox says self-knowledge activates the improvement of purpose. And he says arches. I don't know if that's right. Garvey, self-knowledge activates our sole purpose that no one can take away. You know what I'm saying? And it's like boom, once we and for me,
okay, I can't lock up on the inside.
For me, family, let me stress this to you. We don't need everybody. All we need is a stubborn minority. A group of individuals that's not fencing and that's saying, no, no, no. Go on away. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because some of this shit needs to be swatted down. It's like some of us is living somewhere else. Somewhere else. Listen, bottom line, when you come at Gye-Nyame, please understand that sovereignty is protected by force. You can't be sovereign. You can't be sovereign by your motherfucking self. You can't. Sovereignty is a group thing. Just like wealth is a group thing. When they give individuals wealth in our community, it's to appease the masses. So these motherfuckers are living off of money that was given to them so that they can appease you. They got to have a Jay-Z. Because if there was no Jay-Z, if there was no Beyonce, if there was no other entertainers making all these millions of dollars, it would be very clear about where we are. So I would have no illusion. I would have no idea that I can strive and I could work harder. All I got to do is stay up later. All I got to do is work harder than the next man. I got to work 5 times harder than the white man to get there, and I could do it. They got to have these individuals in these positions. Antonio Moore called it the decadent veil. Because now, and it's very important for those hoteppers out there, those people that call themselves historians, understand the terminology that he used. This is why I don't understand how Pan-Africanists can have any issue with those that are talking ADOS. Because in Africa, we have always had different groups. Some call them tribes and some get upset when you say that. But Gye-Nyame, we a tribe. Don't give a fuck. I'm a tribe. We got a tribe, right? Why? Because tribes are basically extensions of families. And they hold a territory. They have a certain stability. They have a territory, an economic life, a culture, a unique culture, and language. We got that. We got that. Right? So boom, I don't mind the word tribe. Other people get offended by the word tribe, but you always had these little separations. There were arching overall similarities. But we don't want to grasp for reality. We want to grasp for the dreams. Right? So now, bringing it all the way back. We don't need everybody, family. All we need is a tribe that understands, because each of us have a certain amount of, a certain sphere of influence in which we are able to branch out. Because I'm telling you right now, see, the withholding of the vote can be a powerful piece. But we have to be able to at least get the stubborn minority to get that idea. We can't have, it's getting to a point now. See, and we have had this for a long time in our community. We done had fence sitters for a long time. It sort of reminds me of, I was watching Boondocks, and Granddad in Boondocks was somebody that wasn't active in the civil rights. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the story of that? And the nigga will always, you know what I'm saying? He was late for the march because he went home to get a raincoat on the fence. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to benefit because of, but I was not necessarily part of. We got to understand that every group has that certain group that is able to push the whole group forward. But we got to stop motherfuckers from being from receiving benefits for the group staying where it is. We got to, who does the Urban League represent? Who does NAACP represent? Who does Al Sharpton represent? Really, we have to start saying, that motherfucker don't speak for me. He don't speak for us. I don't even know who that nigga is. Brother Fred Cox, I don't know if the line cut off on Sister Navita or she cut us off. I think she hung up on us.
My line didn't cut off. You just talking shit.
Well, okay. So now she talking shit. She back. She all right. Brother Fred Cox says, functioning G on labels, I stared on how we co-op. Sovereign still will get you arrested. It get you arrested and killed. Motherfuckers don't understand that. See, When you claim sovereignty, let me say this. Sovereignty without the ability to defend that sovereignty is not sovereignty. It's servitude. Now let me say this.
So you're saying that if you don't have that army, that force,
there is no sovereignty.
Back up your
No,
sovereignty.
and there never has been. There has never been sovereignty without a group being able to defend and support. Listen, because if I'm able, it's sort of like this, Navita, because all my people understand this. I say, this is my block. This whole block is mine. But a nigga from the south side come over into my block on the north side and set up shop and start doing shit. And everybody's looking around talking about, nigga, I thought you said this was your block. What am I supposed to do? Basic. It's basic shit. But we don't want to deal with those questions. Nigga, you can't be sovereign if motherfuckers is allowed to come into your territory without, one, your permission, two, paying you a tariff, paying you a tax for being on your fucking territory. If a motherfucker could just walk into your territory and do what the fuck they want, it's not yours. So if I say I run the south side and I have a treaty with the north side and I'm able to send one of my people over to the north side, but now all of a sudden these motherfuckers start treating my dude wrong and there's no response from me, he's representing us. Simple politics. We want to get all deep in shit. It's gang shit. You got the Chinese gang, you got the United States gang. It's just that motherfucking simple. You gonna respect my shit, nigga, or I'm gonna kick your ass. Period. This is what Donald Trump is saying to China. He just, and thank God, he's just very basic with that shit.
Yeah.
He's very basic with it. And he breaks it down so that everybody that follow him can understand what China is cheating us. Fuck them. No. Motherfucker, no. All right. $300 billion in tariffs. All that shit should be going to reparations, by the way. But you know, that's my opinion. But our shit ain't big enough to where we could say some shit like that. So when we start talking sovereignty, without the military force to support it, it's the military force and it's the police force that enforce laws in the world today. I don't know what world these motherfuckers is talking about. You go up in the court and say the fuck what, you can say whatever you want. But if you are in their court, they don't have to let you leave. They're not bound by their own motherfucking laws. Our history has shown that.
Right.
Nigga, where the fuck Jim Crow come from?
I always say, it's a gamble every time you go in that motherfucker.
It's a gamble. Listen, I don't break no laws.
Because they may go by their laws this day, and guess what? They may not the next day.
Listen,
it's a gamble, motherfucker.
I don't break no laws. I don't even like going to court for other motherfuckers just in case these motherfuckers change the rules while I'm in the motherfucking courthouse. Because I understand where I'm going. I'm going into enemy territory anytime I go there. That's why it's erected in the way it is. Those motherfuckers that are military-minded understand the fact that when I have to walk through and I have to be checked and all this shit, and I have to make sure that I only got certain shit, right? And you walk in, you go up an elevator to a certain floor, you know already that you're trapped. I feel trapped every time I didn't even go to visit any of I visited my cousin maybe one time in federal prison. None of my sons, when they went to jail, did I go to visit them. And I let them know, nigga, I'm not coming out. No. And after I spoke to my cousin one time, I went to visit him because they had problems getting my pass through. He said, hey, my counselor came in and said, you need to be in here with me. Nigga, I ain't breaking no laws. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh, wow.
I said, oh, shit, nigga, hey. You call me. We talk when we can. Give a fuck. I'm not. I already understand that shit. I already understand that there's war declared on us, and most of the shit that we are going to jail for, they're letting motherfuckers off. We just had a shooting in Texas while we was up here doing our thing at the mall. Another shooting. Right. Another white man with a gun.
Another shooting by another white man, and they killed this white man.
Oh, they killed him, but they still ain't released his identity. Now
you
know.
They're going to end up disarming. They're going to disarm. They're going to change the rules so that black folks can't arm themselves. We're not the ones doing the mass killings, but that's who these gun laws are going to affect. They already got them designed now, so we can't really legally own guns or any of it. But they're going to change it even more so.
So
they're going to make you have to pass a credit report or some crazy shit.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
You got to have this much in wealth. It's going to be some crazy shit coming up down the pipe.
And we ain't even the ones that's causing all the problems.
So, and once again, these people don't go by they don't even follow their own rules half the time. They'll make up that shit as they go.
Mm-hmm. And we have to understand that. But that's what comes with having the power. Now, the one thing that I understand.
You don't have the money or the power to do anything about that in large numbers.
And what I'm saying is, this is where I start differing with a lot of people, because I've been looking at the system and I understand that this motherfucker is a wild horse. These motherfuckers can't even control this shit. They get in and they get in these offices and they put their politicians in, they train their politicians, and all I'm saying is, why don't we start with our kids? Why don't we start preparing them? Why don't some of us start taking over some of these local places and fuck the whole national piece? Let's start taking over. Let's start taking over some of these local places, some of these local elections, some of these putting judges and shit in there locally, and start building our own networks in local areas. We have enough people in Columbus to control at least 2 to 3 seats on the city council. We have enough people in Columbus to determine who's going to be the police chief and who stay the police chief. Who stays the safety director. We have enough people to determine that type of shit.
Right. And the Illuminati, by the way, got some stuff coming up where we're supposed to be meeting with one of the state representatives in the Mount Vernon area.
Oh, God, that's good.
At the bookstore. He said he agreed that he would meet with us. And I think it's important that we start doing things like that and then letting them know this is what we want.
And asking them this question.
If you don't get this, we are not going to.
We ain't going to do shit. We ain't voting for you. We ain't doing shit. Time. Nigga, what is your stance on reparation? We got to start having a little.
None of these most of these state reps anyway, they're not doing some of the things that they need to be.
At all.
There's a few that do some things,
But everything that they try to do, even though they represent a black district, it contains, I want to work for everybody. I'm not a representative of black folks. Well, cool. Right. As black folks, we don't have to vote for your ass. How about that? I bet you when we bring that white boy up in here, that white boy going to make us some promises and give us some motherfucking deliverables. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole piece is every other group is working for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I remember, because Antonio Moore pointed out, and I love these young dudes that's out here doing this work, right? He says the Congressional Black Congress state that they are the conscience of the Democratic Party or whatever the fuck. They're the conscience,
the Congressional Black Caucus?
The Congressional Black Congress, whatever.
Caucus.
Cuckles. You said cuckles?
Caucus.
Okay. Say they're the conscience. They say they're the conscience. Right? But then we look at the Hispanic group. They state that they're there to fight for the rights of Hispanic people. If we look at any other groups, They're there to fight for theirs. Our shit, our people that we send to represent us are fighting for everybody. We got to stop that shit. We got to stop it. We got to stop that. Politics is not done that way. We have been naively falling into this shit that we are all the same. We do not have the same problems in our community. We do not have the same issues in our community. We don't have to worry about a motherfucker going on a shooting rampage. Because most black people, when they go on a rampage, they already know who the fuck they trying to kill. And they're going to put themselves in a situation where they could be close to the motherfuckers that they're going to kill. It ain't random. It's very real that you will have a nigga going on a random shooting spree. Whenever there's a shooting spree, right? For us, understand that motherfucker know a lot of them motherfuckers that he ain't shot. Let's see. We got congressional black cuckolds. Is that what you put up there? Yeah, I'm just like, yo.
It's called the Congressional Black Caucus. You talking about caucus. You know what? I can't with you today.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, these motherfuckers don't do shit. They don't do shit.
Congressional Black Congress. It's called the Congressional Black
They
Caucus.
don't do shit. Navita don't do shit. Okay. So they might as well be cuckolds. You know what I'm saying? They don't do shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to be clear about this. I mean, have they even came out? Because, like, for example, 1866 civil rights bill is up in court. Now, please understand this, family, and I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand the logic of this. They're not contesting the fact that Byron Allen beat him. Please understand that. I want y'all to look at this. The Civil Rights Bill 1866, which Byron Allen used in court, he won about $30 billion. Look at the numbers. They're not contesting the fact that he won it. What they're contesting is the fact that the law, they want the law to be a little bit more specific. So this is not to stop Byron Allen from getting that money. This is to stop the next Byron Allen. We got to understand how these motherfuckers think. And you need, and to really understand how they think, you need to go on and put yourself in a mind state where if I built up an empire, how do I stop the next group from moving in and taking out my incompetent children? My children might not be killers like me. My children might want to be like the underclass. How do I protect them, even though they can't protect themselves? I'm going to change the laws. I'm going to change the laws until my children mature to a point where they can understand their role in this machine that we have been building and have been maintaining for the last 500 years. I'm going to change the laws. So they go into court not to contest the fact that this black man just beat them out of billions of dollars because he won the case. They're going there to try to narrow down the qualifications to even go to court using this law. But niggas don't see it. Some of us, we're not American. All right, cool. If you're not American, you don't even need to be in these discussions. When you don't even need to be on Gye-Nyame Journey timeline, because most of the motherfuckers here in Gye-Nyame Journey are ADOS. I'm just letting you know. That's the type of discussion we have. We need people in here that are American citizens and have not been receiving the full fruits of this shit and have been here for possibly 5 generations. And none of us can really, well, we can now, but can really explain why we don't have wealth. And it ain't because your ancestors was lazy, family. Come on now. Come on. Brother Frecock says, I meant the propaganda got some function on labels instead of how we can co-op ourselves. Co-op, mall, market. Brother Kwame said, cuckold is a man whose wife has cheated on him. Cuckold. Yeah, that's, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, they cheating on us. The Congressional Black Congress is cheating on us. Had to hang up. I hope everything is cool out there in Gye-Nyame land. But yeah, family. So, once again, we got a white man with a gun. Well, before we get there, I just want to go back through this. U.S. tariffs on China could cost American households $1,000 per year, J.P. Morgan says. Same motherfuckers that shipping in dope. You know, there's only a couple of industries that recessions and trade deals don't really fuck with, and that's the dope and J.P. Morgan. Yeah, they're going to balance that out with some dope. Anyway, but it's going to cost the average black, it's going to cost the average home $1,000 per year. So then we got to see how that's going to really affect us. We got to really see how that's going to affect us. But my fault, I'm sorry. We all balling. We got plenty of billionaires and plenty of millionaires, don't we? Right? But even with all those billionaires and millionaires, that does not subtract the role and the responsibility of government. This is what I'm trying to get people to understand when you're talking to me. Please understand the role of government and the difference between the role of government and a motherfucker giving charity. Jay-Z is not your reparations and cannot provide you with reparations. He might be able to give a few of you a job, but if he get too many of you a job, he'll be where you are. Same thing with Beyonce. They're not your reparations. And we can't allow their little games to make us feel so good that we lose. We lose contact with reality. Brother Kwame say, thus, that means the median wealth will drop to 700 because that's all that remains. We're going to have to dig. We're going to have to dig into our reserves, which most of us don't have. Because I want you to understand, when it says 50% of us are below 1,700, then we got to look at the 100% of that 50% and start seeing where they are. This percentage got 1,700. This percentage got below 1,700. This percentage got below 500. So what does that mean for you when you can't go and buy a t-shirt cheaply? Not saying, because look, I'm with borders. I'm with protecting borders. I'm with making motherfuckers respect your shit. So I'm not even mad at Donald Trump because I understand that shit. But Boosie, you don't understand that shit. We sitting around screaming sovereignty. We turn around, we screaming all this shit, but we don't erect borders for our shit. Even in our communities. So anybody can come into our shit and say anything. And I'm guilty of that shit. I'm guilty of it too. Right? But then I'll be a motherfucking tyrant if I started shutting shit down. Like, no, dog, we're not having a sovereignty conversation at this motherfucker right now. I'll provide you a space where y'all can have that discussion. This crowd right here, right now, we about to talk about reparations and where we going. We about to talk about stocking up the mall and keeping people coming into the mall and doing their goddamn thing, right? You know, and figuring out how to do some building with what we have right now, but also talking about extracting the debt that is owed to us, getting our young people trained and ready for anything. They could go from being a politician to being out in the field fighting. That's what the fuck we need to be preparing for. That's what we. That's what we. You know what I'm saying? They need to be able to go from the classroom to the war field if that's what the fuck we need. But they're not gonna get there if we doing illusionary shit. Or even with some of y'all like, we were kings and queens. No, we all wasn't. Nix that shit. I've been telling y'all that for years. Miss me with that shit. We all were not kings and queens because if we were, who took out the trash? Who built the house? Who made the war? Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Right, we all were kings and queens, that's for sure.
No, we already know that shit. Brother
But I
Quan,
wanted to tell, I was trying to listen on YouTube,
it
and
ain't.
that sound is messed up real bad.
Is it? Like,
Yeah.
kind
Like
of.
the other day I tried to listen.
It was bad too.
Yeah, I think it's been on good. It's like,
Maybe it's the mic. I'm gonna try to unplug my mic. Hold on. Go back in the couple. I'm gonna plug the mic because these got pretty good speakers on it. I think that's the mic. I'm glad you told me. Brother Kwame said, shaking my head. This was 3 minutes ago. Thus, that means the median wealth will drop to 700, cause that's all that remains. Had to depart last night early, but what came from the rest of the crew regarding the movie? Well, I mean, we kind of got stuck on the discussion that you left in. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, because you know, part of the issue with the movie, when I lead discussions, if I lead discussion, I'm running it out. I got to go check other things. I got to make sure that you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we got a whole building we got to look out for. So I'm listening in the hall, motherfuckers running up, and you know, little kids running in the hallway. I got to go check that shit. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of shit going on, so I couldn't see the whole movie. But the parts that I saw was real good. And I thought I was going to get the movie afterwards, but my young brother, who was forward thinking, said, I already know Brother Hatim want to try to take this movie. So he snatched that shit right up out the thing, put it in the case, and left. I said, I'll be goddamn. He said, Kwame said, ideally, king, queen were to give the greatest sacrifice. That's now, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Leadership, whether you call it king, queen, or just leadership, they have to be willing to pay the highest price for the stability of the society. When there is a war or there's something that needs to be done that is dangerous, the king and queen are not eating there and sitting there so that they could decide who go. They supposed to be the first. You do not get to select the best food. You do not get the best food, the best wine, and all that shit so that you can sit and give motherfuckers direction. That is some new shit that they are trying to portray on you. No, you supposed to lead the military. I just checked this out. And I still ain't get it. I still, cause right now, I'm about to do this right next. Right? I'm about to do this next about Hannibal. But I just got this shit. I was just listening to the speech that they put together for Alexander the Macedonian. Alexander had been out in the field for years, moving across Asia, conquering shit. And he decided to send his Macedonian troops that were injured and elderly home. But then the word got to him that all of the Macedonians, so for those that don't know, like those of you that are not really into history, and you're like, Brother Hatim, why are you talking about European history? Because Elder John Henry Clark told us that if you want to really know African history, you got to know your enemy's history as well. World history. So, he found out all of his Macedonian troops wanted to leave. And this motherfucker gave them a motherfucking speech that made them feel like bitches. Basically, he said, if you want to leave, then go. Now, this is somebody that's supposedly a king. He said, sometime I set up and I did duty so some of y'all could get to sleep. At one point in time, when my father came to y'all basically, he called them cavemen until my daddy came. And my daddy made you kings of the realms that you are in now. And from there, we took over Greece. And from Greece, we moved into Asia. And then when I came, we did A, B, C, and D. Do I not sleep in the same conditions you sleep in? Do I not eat the same food that you eat? And when you get home, maybe some will greet you as a hero. But please let them know that you left their king, your king, out here to be protected by the hostile tribes that we have taken over. Basically, when you go home, let them know that you was a bitch. And your king is still out here extending their lands. I see many of you have grow gold crowns that we got as we conquered the rest of the world. See, and we have to understand that when we talk about leadership and we talk about kings and we talk about shit like that, we have to understand that the real ones, we might not even hear about, because they don't want you to understand that they was out there sleeping in the field with the warriors and they was leading the warriors into the battles. You ain't just, this whole new map shit and you hiding in the bunker while your men out there doing it. That's some new shit. That's that shit that come from the West. That's the shit that come from West Asia. That ain't our shit. This is why, you know, like for example, when we doing shit, right? And I'm talking about we going to the woods. I'm sleeping out there with y'all. I'm not in no motherfucker. I'm not in the cabins. I'm doing the same shit that I'm asking my young people to do. When it's time to break down shit, I'm breaking down shit, or I'm building up shit. I'm out there with the people because I am the people. God damn it. A lot of you motherfuckers want y'all vision of leadership. Y'all see Malcolm X just separated from the people. No, he was with the people. Same thing with Martin Luther King. And then let me get back to that. In my presence, give a fuck. Disrespect Martin Luther King if you want to, right? We gonna have some motherfucking issues because a lot of you motherfuckers do not understand what the fuck he was doing and how much courage it really took to do that shit. Because a lot of you motherfuckers couldn't hold his balls. Let me just say that right now. A lot of you so-called thug motherfuckers could not do what he was able to do and was able to motivate other people to do. I'm so sick of some of you fake ass conscious motherfuckers who have comments about motherfucking strategies that some of our elders use, and you probably wouldn't even been in the motherfucking fray. Y'all can't do that in my presence no more. How the fuck can you look at somebody who uses nonviolence as a strategy and is able to stick to that shit and able to get thousands of other people to stick to the shit?
But see, the thing about it is, what kills me most is that they say they didn't like his nonviolent approach. But they're doing the same thing from the sideline.
Exactly.
They're using a nonviolent approach. Where's your violence showing up?
Where was the other approach?
Police officers is shooting people in the streets and doing. You doing a nonviolent approach too. A nothing approach is a non-violent approach. So when you
no. Let's be clear.
Who was actually doing some action?
Let's be clear. A non-response is not a non-violent approach. Understand? Martin Luther King, you got to see, because people don't understand. That was direct action.
I'm not talking about him. He did action. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
He had the action.
But it's not equivalent. It's not equivalent to what niggas are doing today.
You got these people who are complaining about him doing no action.
No action. It's not the same as a nonviolent response. You understand what I'm saying? It's not the same. It's absolutely.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's the only thing I'm trying to say. Because those individuals that have never even looked at the philosophy, all you heard is snippets of the shit, and you haven't really looked at what he demanded of individuals to do and what motherfuckers was willing to do. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
I think them people those are why they try to point the finger at him. My point is this, which I think you're missing. Their issue with him is that he had a nonviolent approach. That's their issue with him. So if that's their issue with him, what is your approach? You are doing no approach in nonviolence. So how can you point your finger at anybody for doing nothing? He was doing action with a nonviolent approach. But for this individual to say, I'm not against him, he was against that nonviolent stuff, and they're not even doing anything?
Not doing nothing. Not doing nothing.
Man.
Come on now.
And his approach was, and like I said, like you said, the people they were enduring, police officers abusing them, whether it be with, they're beating them with guns and dogs or whatever, and they still maintain the nonviolent approach.
Now hold on, Navita. Now let's check this out. This is I want people to hear the difference. Right now, niggas is just getting beat with guns and being choked out and shit. Martin Luther King. Well, hold on. Let me finish. Martin Luther King was encouraging motherfuckers to do that and demanded that if they was part of the movement, not to respond. The move beyond the human nature, not to respond. So that it could be caught, so that motherfuckers could be exposed for the beast that they were. Now, those motherfuckers.
That was the purpose.
Right. That's gangster to me. That's gangster to me. Because in order to be able to fight your own human, y'all don't even understand. So shut the fuck up. Stop talking. I mean, it's
a lot of these brothers. I see a lot of these brothers who do a lot of that talking. Let the police come up.
Oh, they gone.
And
they gone.
They don't even do nothing. And you know what? Their nonviolence doesn't even have a purpose. Like you said, Martin Luther King, you did that nonviolent. It would just be nonviolent. Just let it be. There was a purpose behind it, a bigger purpose, to better us as a race. But y'all Negroes, y'all see the police, y'all running, y'all don't even stand there and take it.
I go home and play Xbox.
Fear. So it took a lot of, you know, whether he was afraid or not, I don't know how he felt on the inside, but he faced his fears and he stood there and took that for the purpose of, like you said, exposing them for who they were. Because they always tried to say, well, we were the violent ones. That's why they kind of had to act violent towards us. But then his movie was able to show how they were really the violent ones. You know what I'm saying? And that speaks volumes for a person to be able to stand there and take that.
Exactly. And that's the only point we totally in agreement there. Because it's crazy how people want to come off with pieces of history. Pieces. Nigga, you watched the video. Not even the whole thing. Oh, they couldn't have did that shit to me. Martin Luther King not only did it himself, but he trained. He had other people trained to do it. Now, as John Henry Clark says, that was a strategy, not a culture, not a way of life. It was a strategy. So those motherfuckers is taking advantage of the fact that they was there and still and not continuing to fight now. I ain't got no holler for him. That was a strategy.
Well, we have been saying the same thing.
Oh, we are. I ain't disagreeing with you.
To you the way that you
I just like arguing with you. I'm gonna get you all hyped up so you can start coughing and shit. Hold on, nigga.
But you know, I think it's sad, like you said. You know, the people want to put him down and
right.
Couldn't be me. Oh, I've seen it be you.
Exactly.
And you even had the balls to do
right.
what he did.
Ain't had the ball. Ain't listen. Just like if we could look at all the motherfucking films that motherfuckers done put up on YouTube that went viral, when niggas is just sitting around watching. That's below nonviolence, you motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even watch that shit. So I try not to even, when that shit come on, all that shit, I try not to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. So we don't have a historical perspective, but yet we want to judge? Nigga, most of y'all got anecdote, as Kwame called it, anecdotal information from your small life. In most cases, it is a very small life. Just saying. Very small. Very small. A leaf on a tree that might be 2 million years old. But yet,
right,
everybody is supposed to yield to what you bring. Right? Come on, family. Come on, family. Look.
Well, that YouTube never did work right, but I'm going to hang up and listen, I guess, on Facebook.
What? YouTube ain't still working right? I'm about to get off here because I got to get ready. I got to get ready for Kwame's thing. I got to make sure my daughters ain't wearing
Right, that's what I'm saying. I got to get ready, so.
I'm only bringing Kwame. I'm only
I'm
bringing
gonna hit you up there. I gotta ask you a question off the air.
Kwame. I'm only bringing ambrosia, man. So it better be some food. I'm trading ambrosia for food, man. If it ain't no food, we're gonna have problems, especially after cleaning up your Kwame mix, man. Cause that shit, good. My filing cabinet still fucked up. Yep, small can be big if all is open. That's Brother Fred Cox. So, all right, family, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. And it's like, yo, some of us, we can work together. Some of us, we might not be able to because, like I said, my views, it's getting to a point now where it's like, as I get older, I'm saying that I might have been too open, right? We've been too open. We haven't set our borders yet. You know what I'm saying? As a collective, and I need to really define who is within our borders. Sasha! It's still orange juice down here, baby. That's been sitting down here all morning. It's still orange juice. You ain't drunk your orange juice. It's time for me to get up off of here. I got to get ready. Me and my girls, we got to stop at the school before we head out to the celebration. Oh, I bet you got on clothes? Let me see. What? Hey, spiritual crowd, give Sasha Mars a round of applause. I'm impressed. All right, family, look. I'll be checking in with y'all maybe tonight. It says, Miss Deanna Mickey, don't everybody in your boat. Don't put everybody in your boat. Facebook. Let me see where we at. Don't let everybody. Exactly. That's called setting a border. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, but like I said, now when we established a digital territory, right? Now we got to start working on establishing a material or a physical territory that is ours, where we can go and guide the discussions where it's us talking. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't let everybody in your boat, because they, you never know when you're going to have somebody that might put a hole in the bottom of a boat because they're an ignorant motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? And we have to be very, very careful about that. Because in our community, we have people that are hurt, that have betrayed and know nothing but betrayal. And genetically, they might not be able to control themselves and some shit.
Daddy.
And they're just going, what?
That's me and Gino lunch.
Y'all, a lunch. That is not lunch. Put that up. I'll take care of lunch. But shouts out to Deanna Mickey. Shouts out to Brother Fred Cox II. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Shouts out to Real Fake Media. Shouts out to Shorty out there. Family, I want to thank all those that took time to join us. And whether you watching now or watching later, I'm about to get ready to get my kids up out of here. And because we got to head over on the southeast side. And then we got to go way out, way out east.
Why do you have to say way out east?
That was nice, Sasha. But you know what it made that nicer?
What?
If you had lotion on. I do not believe my baby got up, put on her clothes, and then put on lotion. Get upstairs. Get that lotion now. All right, family. This is Real Life at Gye-Nyame Journey, and I am out. Peace.